Hi, my name is Olivia Jenkins. I am 28 years old and I am from North Carolina. I'm very excited to be in this competition. I am a cardiac rehab nurse and healthy cooking is my passion. I incorporate it into my job daily, do healthy nutrition classes along with cooking demonstrations, so I'm very excited to be in this competition. I'm also the mother of 2 young boys. It's another job of mine. And I like to have healthy nutrition for them also. I like to make sure that they have that incorporated in their lifestyle. So I hope to share some recipes with you guys during these weeks to come, and hopefully you can take away with what I have to offer for you. I like to call this Healthy Cooking with an O, and today we're going to be cooking whipped mashed potatoes healthy style. So in this recipe I have chosen to use turkey bacon. There is fewer calories in turkey bacon than pork bacon. Also, there is less sodium, so it makes all around a heart-healthy, low-calorie, great dish to toss up in the mashed potatoes. Also, I'm cooking this in a grill pan. That way, the grease from the bacon, there's very little grease, but even the grease that is in the bacon will get down in those grooves, and your bacon won't be sitting in it. But you still drain it, but there won't be as much to drain. Growing up in North Carolina, we have a lot of local produce here, lots of local farmers and neighbors growing potatoes. The kennebec is a popular one grown here in western part of North Carolina. It's a great mashing potato. I really enjoy incorporating it into dishes that call for mashed potatoes and any variation. We can get a bunch of local produce market here, so that's supporting the local farmers. And it's an Irish potato, so any Irish potato will work well in this recipe, but the kennebec is the one that I'm using in this recipe. Okay, so the ingredients in these mashed potatoes is the turkey bacon, the scallions. This is I can't believe it's not butter, stick butter, fat-free, reduced sodium chicken broth, and the product I'm using from Philadelphia is the Philadelphia whipped cream cheese. There is fewer calories in this cream cheese than in the blocks. This only has 60 calories per serving, where the blocks have 100, and there's only 6 grams total fat, and the saturated fat is less in the whipped. And these make these whipped mashed potatoes very light and fluffy. So I'm going to go ahead and whip up some mashed potatoes, and I'm going to add the butter now. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of chicken broth just to help moisten slightly. This takes place of using milk, especially a lot of people, especially in my area, use whole milk to mash their potatoes with. So this will take place in that. Then this has some liquid in it also, and we're just going to add, this is 1.5 pounds of potatoes, and we need about 3/4 cups of the Philadelphia whipped cream cheese. So now I'm going to go ahead and start whipping these potatoes. Before the potatoes are completely whipped, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. Kosher salt I like to use because it takes less salt to season with when you use kosher salt or sea salt, any large granule salt, than you would your regular Morton's iodine salt. And then you can just finish whipping that up into the potatoes. And when you're whipping, you just want to make sure you get all of these, I'm using an electric beater, so beating the potatoes, you just want to make sure you get all of the lumps out of the potatoes. If you need to add more chicken broth, if you've gotten a little more than 1.5 pounds of potatoes, you can do so while you're beating these. Those help them make them fluffy too and moist. So it's probably been about 4 tablespoons of the chicken broth to these potatoes. They're looking great. They're whipping up great. Getting nice and moist, nice and fluffy for whipped mashed potatoes. Okay, now we're going to fold in our bacon and our scallions. I love to add scallions to recipes. They add such a great flavoring, and I'm going to reserve some of these for the topping. But I like to fold some in there so you can get one at every bite. And we're going to save some bacon also to top with. But I want to fold some in so when you're eating these, you can have some bacon and scallions in each bite. Don't want to lose that one. Listen to this. You just saved 200 calories by omitting the whole milk that most people mash potatoes with, using the 99% fat-free chicken broth, a reduced fat butter, the cream cheese that is reduced fat by Philadelphia by using the whipped version, and using turkey bacon as opposed to using regular bacon, tossing that in for flavor. You're not missing any of the flavors that you usually have in your regular mashed potatoes because you've added some fresh vegetables and you've added the turkey bacon. So we'll plate it up and we're going to top it with some more scallions and turkey bacon just for appeasing to the eye because we eat with our eyes. Now you're ready to serve up. Just toss with some fresh black pepper. That'll give it some more flavor. And you are ready to serve your guest with these wet mashed potatoes. Listen to this. Making simple substitutions in your cooking can significantly reduce your overall caloric intake, and which can really add up. For example, I used chicken broth as opposed to using whole milk. That saves you tons of calories, tons of total fat. Plus the added perk, there's no saturated fat in chicken broth. That's what your heart does not want, is the saturated fat. So remember, just making simple substitutions can make a lifelong change.